There was a sense of normality today, but one which could come with serious repercussions. A week on from the relaxed lockdown measures, the hot weather, cool drinks and ice creams in Brighton were just too tempting.
Days like today, especially with the weather we're having, I feel like just make the most of it, just come outside, enjoy yourself, but obviously just respect the government's advice and just keep the 2 metre distance.
The weather's gorgeous and a lot of places are open down here.
Yeah, bit of normality.
Get a beer.
Sitting on the beach, away from everyone, I cannot see any difference in me going to the park next to my house.
It's a big open area, so I think we're all okay. It's outside.
The famous pier may be shut, but this city's beach is open. It's an escape for many after weeks of stringent lockdown rules. But the council here are telling people to stay away.
I'm telling people not to come, really, to make sure that they and everybody else stay safe. So that's the only reason why I'm telling people not to come.
So the Prime Minister has said it's fine, you can come as long as you social distance.
Yes.
But you, as someone
Brighton
from the
and
council...
Hove City Council, we're saying to people, stay safe. Please don't come, because we're not going to be able to guarantee your safety if you can't socially distance.
But it wasn't just the south coast basking in the sunshine. The whole of the country experienced the heat in new territory. Walkers in the Peak District to sunbathers at Derbyshire's reservoirs. And in Wales, where people are still being asked to work from home and only travel when necessary, police issued fines to those not making essential journeys.
We're stopping vehicles, checking why people are out and about. What is pleasing is that in most instances people are travelling for legitimate purposes, and we realise this is a very difficult time for the public, but they are very supportive of us and understand why we are doing this.
But across England, lockdown rules were certainly put to the test. After weeks of life indoors, many enjoyed the freedom, the start of this new normal. Some, however, with little care of a deadly second wave. Inzamam Rashid, Sky News.
I find these images extremely frustrating because the scientists have been telling us for weeks, for months now, that we need to lock down, we need to maintain social distancing, we need to wear masks and gloves, we need to protect our healthcare systems. This is what the lockdown is about. It's not about taking away people's freedoms, it's not about the nanny state, it's not about politics. It's about protecting our healthcare systems. And just today there have been news in Brazil, in Peru, about their hospitals are close to collapse in many cities because they can't deal with the numbers of cases coming in. And then they've also had to cancel, and this has happened in many countries, they've had to cancel non-COVID surgeries and interventions. That meant that many people who are waiting for important life-saving surgery were not able to receive that surgery, were not able to receive important treatment because the hospitals were close to being overwhelmed or at least full in many cases. I understand the frustrations of people under lockdown, but compare our lockdown here in Europe to that in China, where they are under lockdown for months, and they only eased the lockdown when the number of new cases had reached almost zero, or perhaps it was actually zero. We're not at that stage yet. The UK in particular is not close to that, and they're already planning to open schools in a few weeks' time, and opening beaches and allowing people to sunbathe and to wander about. This is going to risk another wave. This is going to see the numbers once again start to climb, and then another lockdown will have to be imposed. Now, whether the government will do that or not, I don't know. Or maybe they're just going 100% in the direction of herd immunity. We tried the lockdown, people didn't like it, now let's go with herd immunity. I really hope that's not the scenario that the government are playing out, because you're going to see many, many more dead. Have not enough died already? Can we not stay another few weeks under lockdown just to protect the NHS, to protect lives? I don't know how the NHS would manage under a second wave. We may be looking at a second wave this summer, a third wave in the autumn, and perhaps even a fourth wave in the winter time, along with the flu, which will be devastating for the NHS and hospital systems around the world. That's why we need to have this lockdown. This is why we need to get new cases down as close to zero as possible. Then we can start thinking about reopening our economies, our society. Unfortunately, we need to go in that direction. But I'm afraid that Boris Johnson has decided, no, we're going in the direction of herd immunity. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are much appreciated. Thanks. Why not become a Patreon and enjoy access to our Discord server where we share news, chat, and have some fun? If you become a patron, you can also make video suggestions on topics that are important to you. Check it out via the link in the description.